Hey coaches, Missy here, and today we're going to talk about what is possible. There's a couple different kinds of people who join this business, and one of them is going to be the type of person who thinks this is going to be a get rich quick kind of thing. They see that you have results and success, and they think automatically that you must have gotten that right away, and that when they join, it's going to happen for them too. There's also the kind of people who set out to do this. They're really nervous. They know they like the discount, but they're not really sure how they're going to make this work for them. Now, just to make it clear real quick, this is not a get rich quick scheme, and you cannot just sign everybody and your mom and think you're going to make money. This is not a pyramid scheme. It's not that the top person only makes money. We actually have a binary system where you're going to learn a lot more about it as we go through this training, but everyone above you benefits from what you're doing. And then when you start having people below you, you will benefit from everyone below you. So it all works up, which is a really refreshing way versus the only person who benefits is the person at the top. That's not how this system is created. But you have to ask yourself first, as a brand new coach, what are you willing to give for this business? I'm going to teach you about a power hour technique and a couple other techniques that me and other coaches use that help us be able to run the business during some busy times. But I can easily tell you that I've spent numerous times in front of my computer for 4 to 5, 6 hours a day when I am working Beachbody time. Now, if you want to grow a business, you have to understand that showing up here and again is not the way you build a business. So you have to just commit right away to the fact that I'm going to try this, I'm going to build this business, and I'm going to give it an hour to 2 hours a day minimum. Now, that is if you really want to give this a shot and really want to see what the potential of this business is. I say to give this business a year, because in a year you can turn around and look back at your life and realize everything has changed. That's literally what happened to me. I went diamond in 8 months. I became an emerald coach in 45 days. That was with the help of my husband, who signed up in support of me, and he was drinking all my Shakeology. So I had the support of my husband plus a friend who is really into holistic nutrition, and she absolutely fell in love with Shakeology ingredient list when she looked at it. So she's been drinking Shakeology for 2 years, has not worked her business not one day, and she just wants the discount. So you're going to have people who come in like that, and they could be at the very top of your team, getting the very most benefits, but they're not even building their business. So it's okay if you decide that you just want to become a discount coach. But this 30 days is where you need to engage to really understand if that's what you want to do. The opportunity here is endless. When I was working 40 hours a week and going to school full time, I was barely eking out enough hours to sleep, eat, and spend time with my husband. And I'll be honest with you, my husband did feel a little neglected in the beginning of me starting this business. I spent a lot of time at night on the computer. So these are a couple things that I'm just going to share with you because they might have to be things that you do for your business. So look at your schedule now. I want you to decide, are you going to be someone who is going to be creating and building a business, or is this just your hobby? So here's some of my biggest tips is if you want to make this a business and grow this into a six-figure income earning business, you definitely are going to have to decide where you're going to put your time at. You need to look at your schedule and say, okay, do I need to wake up an hour earlier? Do I need to stay up an hour later? Can I work this during my lunch hour on my phone, in the car? Or am I able to access any of these websites where I can do some of this at my job? I know, you don't want to be doing this at your work and getting in trouble, but there is some jobs that are a little bit more lenient than other jobs. So these are things I'm bringing up because I want you to really consider that. Now, I bring this up because, like I said, when I started this business, I did not have a lot of time, but I wanted it so badly. I told myself, if I just do this for a year, things could be different. And they were. I would get on the National Wake Up Call every Monday, and I would hear these coaches being announced. And they kept talking about this trip to Disney and hitting Success Club. I learned about these things through the online training academy, and I just really dove into my training, and I started with hitting Success Club 5 in my business every single month. A year later, me and my husband were taken to Disney World, all expense paid trip with tickets and passes to the park. We stayed on the Yacht Club Resort. It was amazing. It was gorgeous. And I never would have been able to afford that by myself if we were just paying to go on this trip. So you know what? I was sold. At this point in the game, I am a one-star qualifying coach, and that means I have helped one of my coaches get to the same level I have gotten to. I have 2 to 5 more coaches who are right there with those goals and who are going to be hitting diamond rank in no time. They all started with a training just similar to this one. They had to decide what they wanted to do with this business, and they had to decide if this is something they wanted to work or if this is something they wanted as a hobby. Now, as we go through this business, you're going to learn how to use social media and reconnect and connect with new people. I don't want you to be nervous, but you do have to be ready to step out of your comfort zone. I want you to look back over your story with your fitness or your health. My story did not start with Beachbody. I actually lost over 100 pounds using different weight loss products. Not pills or anything like that. I was using the Firm in-home workout system. And I love those programs. But as time went on, maintaining got tougher and my body was getting used to those workouts. So I actually got introduced into Beachbody through an infomercial. Surprise, surprise, right? Well, when I found Beachbody, I was heading into my wedding, a wedding that was unexpectedly moved up because my husband was getting stop lossed in the military and was getting deployed when he was supposed to be getting out. So that threw us for a huge loop, let me tell you. So when he got deployed, I wanted to look amazing in my wedding dress before he went. So that is when I found Beachbody. I got Turbo Jam. Brian bought that for me, and I fell in love with Chalene Johnson. Her book Push is amazing. And I went on to do other programs by Chalene, including Chalene Extreme, Turbo Fire. But I had known of Chalene Johnson, and I had reached out to her sister, Janelle Summers, on Facebook. I had asked her a nutrition question, and she actually at the time referred me to her nutritionist and her assistant at the time. And that was my coach, Meg Wazinski. So I struck up a conversation with Meg, and we actually talked back and forth for about a month before I even decided what I wanted to do. I was running out of Shakeology. I was buying it on eBay. I know, right? I'm like the poster child of the kind of people that you're going to meet on Facebook. And I was already telling her, well, I'm going to need more Shakeology anyway, so I might as well just order it from you if I order it. And she's like, well, I'm having this challenge. You can actually get it with a program. And, because you already are loving the product so much, have you ever considered getting it at a discount? And I was like, heck yeah, I love saving money. So that's literally how it happened. I didn't know too much about it before I signed up. I didn't know what the opportunity was, and I didn't know what the possibilities were. I didn't even know that Janelle was a coach. Like, I honestly didn't know what it was about. So I did, but I trusted Meg. We bonded, and within a month, I was ready to join her challenge group and ready to go. So the possibilities started from me being kind of lost, buying my programs off TV and never really having a coach, or going on eBay, to meeting my coach on Facebook, starting this business, hitting Emerald in 45 days, going Diamond in 8 months, and now in September, my date to retire, I will be retired at 30 from corporate America. And to me, I never thought that would be possible. I never thought I would be the CEO of my own company and my own business at the age of 30. Now, when I signed up for this, in my head, I kept telling myself, I can do this. This is possible. This will be me. I had a very strong belief system in it because I knew my whole life I've been doing fitness. And I knew Chalene's programs worked for me. And if I could tell people that this worked for me, then, and be honest about it, that's all I was doing. Shakeology was my game changer. When my husband was away, I gained 40 pounds, and that was unexpected. I never thought my body would gain so much weight so fast. Honestly, when we look back now, it was the very beginning signs of my thyroid issue. But when I got on Shakeology, everything started to work. Everything started to work right. I started losing the weight. I actually was able to lose 40 pounds after becoming a coach. That 40 pounds that I gained, I was able to lose after becoming a Beachbody coach. Now, you might have joined me as one of my personally sponsored coaches, or you may have signed up with one of my coaches. We are all a part of the same team in the same umbrella, and you will get training from me and your sponsor coach. So don't be shy to reach out to me or ask me any questions. I want you to engage in here, and I want you to think about some of the things I talked about in this video. What kind of coach are you going to be? A coach who's building a business, or a coach with a hobby? Or are you really deciding to go crazy and make this something that you only could dream of before? Do you want to retire at 30 from your job? I mean, do you want to be your own boss and stay at home with your kids or your family? What is going to push you to commit to this group? That is it for today, guys. I hope I left you with some ideas to think about, and I will see you tomorrow.